Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot, Lotteries, Business, Career, Casino, Financial Speculation for the month of July 2019. And this is for you coming from Capricorn. All right, now I'm going to pull the first card for you, my tarot card, and I'm going to talk to you about your first 15 days of July, and the topic will be your job. So let's see what it says. And I'm sorry, this is not a good card for you at all. It says the first 15 days of July, where your job is concerned, there's a lot of insecurity waiting for you, which means that you will be very badly off. Whatever you expect is not going to come your way in your job. Worse still, you could even lose a job. So tell yourself you'll have to work very hard in the first 15 days of July to give an impression to the owners of the business or to your bosses that you are worthwhile keeping. Don't create problems by showing your temper or by showing your moodiness, or things will get worse. Now I will talk to you about your business areas for the first 15 days of July, you coming from Capricorn. And let's see what your business says. Well, it's a sunshine card, which means that you have the aura of attracting new businesses. But when I look at this card carefully, I see that there are signs of division, which means that if you get something new, or if you try to get something new in business, you will be inheriting problems. So I would rather you don't. I'd rather you hold on to what you are doing, what you are used to doing, and consolidate, which means make that stronger rather than to reach out and look for something which is going to bring problems for you. So stay as you are in business and you'll be safer. Don't make any sort of strange moves to look into new businesses. Now, what about speculation in the first 15 days of July, you coming from Capricorn? Well, it's a card of short circuit. Short circuit simply means that what you try to do gets complicated. When it gets complicated, the results are not going to be very good. They're going to be very disappointing. And short circuiting means that you're going to lose money. So I would say in the area of speculation, whether it's lotteries, whether it's casino, whether it's the stock market, whether it's the forex, I would advise you not to expose yourself to unnecessary risk in the first 15 days. Lie low, wait for another period. Now I'm going to go to the last 16 days, the last 16 days of July, and speak to you about your job area. So the last 16 days. All right, this is the card of ego. It's all about ego. You are showing off. And so I would say that where your job is concerned, don't show off. Tell yourself there's no place for your ego. You cannot afford to be egoistic, which means very arrogant and wanting to take the lead when actually you have nothing really worthwhile to take the lead about. So don't want to show that you can do many things when you actually cannot. So the underlying problem is that if you show off, you're going to get yourself into a position of trouble. So it's better to lie low in this second half of July for the 16 days of July and tell yourself that the job is concerned, to work well with your colleagues, be part of a team, share whatever limelight there may be, because otherwise blame is going to come to you very badly. So your ego is going to be very dented. Now, what about business? Let's see what the card says. For the business. Well, it's a good card for business, but I suspect that it's too good, meaning that what you get is going to come with some complications. On the surface, everything's look very good with this card. When I look deeper, I will see that there are many complications there. One problem is going to lead to another problem, it says. So if you're going to get any advantage in the business area, ask yourself, is it for the sake of my ego? Because I see the sign of the planet sun right in there in the top there. Is it for my ego, or is it because of my capabilities? I suspect it may be for your ego. And so be careful in the business area in the last 16 days that you may take on some business responsibility which you will regret very much. So the whole month tells you about business, to be careful. Don't draw yourself into being offered something which you will regret very much. And now about speculation in the last 16 days. This is really not a good card. It says it's a card of the moon. So for you coming from Capricorn, it means daydreaming, and wishing for the moon, and therefore being very changeable. So you're going to find yourself in a position in the last 16 days of December that what you get in terms of financial speculation, you will wish you didn't, because there's going to be disappointment for you. So going to the casino, buying lotteries, going to the stock market, dealing in Forex should all be minimized in the last 16 days. Otherwise, you're going to be caught in a very bad position. Now I'm going to speak to you about your lucky dates, DATES. So let's see what your lucky dates are going to be. Ooh, from this card, it is a fire card. So I'm going to say your lucky days in July will be the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th of July. So use it to go to the casino, use it to go and buy your lotteries, use it to improve your job areas, use it to discuss business and see where you stand. And even in the Forex, use it to see how things go for you. So you've got 9th, 18th, and 27 on your side to do something good. And now what about your lucky directions? Is it? Yes, lucky directions. So let's see what directions are going to be shown by the card. Is the card of the setting sun, and so it would be west. So try to face west, and you're going to be extremely lucky. Whether when you buy your lottery tickets, whether when you're at the casino playing whatever game you're playing, and whether at job, whether in business, for inspiration, face west, and you will get some fantastic energy in you to do the right thing in financial areas. And now what about your lottery favored numbers? Now for that, I've gone back to Kabbalistic astrology and I've done some homework for you. So those 9 planets we use in astrology, I've divided them into 2 sections. The first one with 5 planets, and looking at their movements, I've got these numbers: the number 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, and 63. Then I've gone to the second group of planets, which are 4 planets in all. And from there, I've got the number 5, 14, 23, 32, 41, 50, 59, and 68. For the third group, I'm going to use my Kabbalistic tarot cards. So let's see what the tarot cards will say for you coming from Capricorn. So let's see. Well, it is the card of Capricorn. So I'm going to say the number 3, 12, 21, 30, 39, 48, 57, 66 are going to be very powerful numbers from you from this tarot card. And so you've got 3 sets of numbers. Now what do you do? Well, you go to a stationery shop and you got to go on your lucky days. So you'll know your lucky days when you've been to see me for a consultation. In the meantime, go on any days to a stationery shop and buy some paper of your lucky colors, and you won't know that yet because you've not been to see me. So buy paper of any color that you fancy and bring it home. This will be the regular A4 size papers. When you're at home, get a scissors and cut roughly 2-inch by 2-inch strips. You'll get about 6 pieces from that A4 size of paper. You'll need to cut many of these because on each of these 2-inch by 2-inch, I want you to write just one number on each sheet, and then fold it up so you can't see the number. And soon you'll have a little pile of a lot of these. And then you'll wait for your lucky days to choose your numbers, and you'll wear your lucky colors, and you'll face your lucky directions when you're going to choose your numbers. And then I will teach you how to get into that inner energy of you. For example, your fingerprints and your thumbprints don't belong to you. They belong to your soul. They are the code of your soul. They are the identity of your soul. There's no use for us of these fingerprints and thumbprints because they belong to the soul. It's very useful to the soul. It's all about communications for the soul. So to be able to communicate for the soul, not only for lotteries, but in any area of your life, to get that wonderful special energy to become luckier, basically, you will join your thumbs to different fingers. Every finger is ruled by different planets. So when you consult me based on your horoscope, date of horoscope, date of birth, and time of birth, and looking at your palms, I'll be able to know which finger I want you to use to connect to your thumb. In the meantime, use any finger to connect to your thumb. And maybe for 1 minute, maybe for 3 minutes, some take 5 minutes, some ask me, can they say a prayer in this time? Why not? Well, when you're ready and you feel you're ready to choose a number, go and pick one piece of this paper, you'll open it, you'll see a number you wrote. Write this down on a piece of paper and then fold that paper and put it back. So if you need six numbers, you will do this exercise 6 times. If you need 5 numbers, you'll do it 5 times. And now that you've got your numbers, you're ready to go and buy, and you would be advised to buy it only on your lucky days. And when you go to buy it, you are advised to definitely wear your lucky colors. These 2 things are very important. And then you will buy your numbers, and then we'll hope that you have done something right and that you should win something in return. So you see, it's all a system. So I have this 90-minute session, which will cost you USD $50 to know your next 7, 8, or 9 years, not only in lotteries, but every area of your life, your health, your romance, marriage, or family, and of course, your job, business, and your speculative luck. You will get all this information from me based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. And with all this information, I'll be able to get your next 7, 8, or 9 years perfectly under your control. And that's how you're going to do extremely, extremely well for your next 7, 8, or 9 years. So send me that email at andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9 at gmail.com. And I'll come back to you as soon as I can. Until then, I wish you a good month of July where money, financial speculation is concerned, and job and business as well. Thank you and goodbye.